All right, you ready for another great card? I have one for you. I got a lot of oohs and ahs out of this card today from my group, and I wanted to show it to you. So let's get started. So you're going to need a 4 1/4 by 11, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take this Honeycomb embossing folder, and you're going to go take it and you're going to run it through the Big Shot, and this is what you get, creating this. Alright, so then the next step, I took a piece of 2x4 crisp cantaloupe and I ran it through using this large scallop framelit. You just put it down here like this and you run it through the Big Shot, and then after you do that you put it inside this embossing folder and you come up with this really pretty design. Then you take a white craft pad with a sponge. You like my little gizmo? An office clamp, office clip. I don't know if you've ever used those, but I like it because it keeps the ink off my hands. So I inked this up, and this is to give it a whitewash effect. I don't know if you can see it on the card, but it has kind of a white haze. Kind of do it in circles. And I do it on this piece as well. This gives it a really pretty effect. Now, so the thing then, what you're going to do is you're going to glue this piece down. Then I took a doily and I cut it in half. I'm going to glue that down. Notice I'm only putting it on the solid part of the doily, else you'll see the glue. Out of the Secret Garden framelits, I layered up twice with pistachio, and I ran it through the Big Shot because I need 2 leaves, and of course the framelits will cut 2 at a time. Clip off this stem part just down to the first section, and then I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here. And just glue them together. And while that's drying, I'm going to grab some of this gold baker's twine that comes in the occasion. I'm going to wrap it around. Now you can do 1, 2, whatever you want to do. Okay, I like it. So then I'm going to put my leaves down there. Slide it up under here. Alright, so let's get to the flowers. How do we do these flowers? Well, you'll notice when they come to you from the catalog, they're vanilla. But how do we get the pink, or the cantaloupe, the crisp cantaloupe? So you grab your crisp cantaloupe pad, you grab your spritzer that's full of water, looks like this, and you go through and you just spritz it on a coat it real good. Okay, then take a pair of tweezers, turn your flower upside down. Alright, if you get too much on there, all you have to do is go in there with a paper towel and just kind of, what you want to do anyways, to kind of dry it. And of course these things come connected, so you have to separate them. Alright, so what we're going to do, so I'm going to turn them over and I'm going to put a little bit of green glue right on the back. Just like that. I'm going to set this aside, let it dry. Alright, so let's work on this saying. This comes out of Sassy Salutations, and you will need a piece of scrap Whisper White. And remember, you always, always, always want to stamp first and then punch. We're using soft suede, cute stamp set, Sassy Salutations. I love it. Using the Thinking of You, soft suede, and we are going to stamp it right here. Punch, decorative label, I think. Punch it, and then I use the a sponge, and I'm going to sponge around the edges. Now, I went in and I got pistachio, and I used the same punch, and I punched out a piece. And I'm going to cut this piece in half because I like it to be layered, but I don't have something that's just a little bit bigger. I'm clipping off these little tips because they'll show. And then we run a little bit of glue back here. There we go. There's glue back there. I love green glue because you know what? When you need to line up stuff that's you got to mess around with, this you have to kind of mess with to get it perfect. And green glue gives you just that little bit of time that it takes to get it into place. Alright, so we have our label. I think our flowers are dry now. Our base. Here's our base. We're going to fold it in half. Alright, we're going to use dimensionals on the back of here. One on each corner and one in the middle. Alright, and then on the back of this I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of the Thinking of You. And there you go. Very pretty card to give to anybody. My goodness. Well, this was the favorite for today. So I'll give you sizes on the website and across the screen, of course. So get to stamping.